Bonjour, je m'appelle UF Gizmo, rejoins chez ça même pas, Massotas!
Ah, bonjour.
Et CW Lanky!
Croissant, rendezvous, sacre bleu.
Unlike, I see Pengi's got fucking 600 days of French, so he could have done me. I did spend all day. I wanted to do a whole thing about Paris, Craig, but I haven't got the heart.
Paris?
Gay Paris. So, boys, we're here for another podcast. We're going to talk about video games exclusively. Craig is on a watch list. Not the one you think he's on about, but we can't talk about the football because there's too many bridges and train tracks near his house. But it's all good because we're going to win the World Cup, boys. We're going to win the World Cup.
Yeah, France are going to win the World Cup, yes.
Pengi. It's funny watching Arsenal lose, but it is not funny back in the French national team. Am I clear?
Okay.
Good boy. So, without further ado...
We know that Pengi likes to back a winning horse, Dave. You know what he's like.
Yeah, that's why you
He
should...
can't help himself.
That's why you should pick England, Craig. We've got it all years coming home. I've got... This is an aside. I've got so many American and Canadian friends, and some of the stuff I see them liking on like Instagram, and I'm like, Pulisic is not the 6th best player in the world, guys. I'm sorry. But anyway... Let's get.
He's not the 6th best player at fucking AC Milan.
I don't think he's the 6th best player in the American team, let alone. But anyway, that's an aside. Let's get to our favourite area of this building. In the very corner of the room, I can see it. It's the Chris Pengelly news desk. Time for some news.
We have 10 items of news.
Bakary Sagna dozen.
Oh, yes. At number 1, after 9 years, active development is stopping on Destiny 2, Craig.
Good.
On June 9th.
On the eyes of an angel.
Guys, it was fucking shit 9 years ago, and I'm sure it's shit now. Anyone left playing that game needs to move the fuck on with their life. Find something better to do.
Everyone
Go find some grass to watch growing, some paint drying. I don't know.
People
Absolute
were that they're
tripe.
killing it, Craig.
They should have been killed a long time ago.
Craig said to me that I haven't.
Destiny 3, yes.
No, Craig said before the show, Pengi, that me and you perhaps have an unhealthy relationship with video games. I think Craig's got an unhealthy relationship with Destiny 2.
Oh, Destiny shit. Absolutely crap. I'm fed up with listening to people harp on and saying, oh, good Destiny. It's bloody
Craig,
rubbish.
the
First one was
gameplay.
rubbish. They gaslit us into thinking the second one was going to be better. It was shit again. It's exactly the same shit. Oh, I've never been more disappointed in a game than I was in Destiny 1. Absolute crap.
There we go.
I think the more interesting thing is what the hell happens to Bungie now, right, boys?
Well, they're
Because they're in a bit of a shit show
they're
now,
gonna
aren't they?
get
Because
laid
Marathon's
off.
not done what they wanted to do. It's going to take them 10 years to make Destiny 3. It was really shit as well. And it's a fucking massive company. It costs too much to run. Are they fucked, Dave?
Oh, they're screwed on it. So they have 800 staff, which has gone down significantly. A lot of it was because they made a new studio to take gummy bears before Pengi says the fucking word gummy bears.
Yeah.
They've got nothing in active development. Marathon sold, I believe, under 2 million copies, unless that's changed recently.
That was the last number he got. That
Which
was
is
quite a while ago. So it
terrible.
may be on 2 million.
2 million for a multi-platform game with a studio of 800 people is terrible. Like, Sony studio or not, that is a terrible number. Obviously, Sony had to post a £792 million adjustment for Bungie on their most recent financials, and Craigo, they won't want to do that again. So, I do fear for them. It's difficult, right? Because unfortunately for Bungie, the IP that made them, they don't own. So you look at, say, if this was Naughty Dog, it's just the first example, they could turn around and make an Uncharted game, and all would be forgiven, right? They could re-release The Last of Us again, and all would be forgiven. What can Bungie do? They can't spin. Like, Marathon's not going to become a hit overnight now. That's not how those games work. They can't just spin up Destiny 3. Destiny 1 cost 500 million, didn't it, Pengi? I'd hate to know how much it cost.
Activision a ridiculous amount of money when,
So
I
because that
was the thing. Microsoft didn't want to fund it. Something.
No, rightly so.
Activision funded it.
Thank God for Don Matrick.
Yeah. It's not good. But there is a free weekend of Marathon you can play from the 2nd of June when Season 2 launches, so... There you go.
Has a single person shown interest? Yeah, actually, Craig, I've got a real good example of how successful Marathon isn't. One of the boys in the group chat, Pengi, on the Discord, said, and I quote, "Anyone want a free copy of Marathon?" No one wanted the free copy of Marathon.
You can't give it
He
away.
literally, like, I'm not joking, am I, Pengi? No one wanted it.
No one wanted it.
So, it's a free game. It's a new game. It came out, what, like 2 months ago? Yeah. No one, not a soul wanted it. They all have PlayStation 5. It's not like they don't have the consoles. None of them wanted it.
As the only one who's shown any interested, pretended to care, played the game, owns the game, but I don't think it's played in a while, Pengi. Is there anything they can do to Marathon to save this?
Not really. I don't think. Like, they're adding another thing people were kicking off about. They're adding PvE modes, and then everyone's like, "That's not what a distraction shooter is." Blah blah blah. So
it's dead, Jim.
That thing. But I think Arc Raiders did that as well, and apparently they lost like loads of player bases while they added like a new PvE mode stuff. So yeah, I don't really know what you do, because having just a PvE, sort of thing is, you think, get more people to play because they haven't got to worry about random guy that's really good at it killing you and taking your loot. It's just, bots that should be like, I don't know, easy, normal, or whatever the level is. But yeah, people don't want that either. So I'm not really sure what they can do. Like, they're adding a new like class and stuff like that, and story stuff, how the story's told from it. Like, I'm pretty sure I've not seen like Jennifer English's character in the game, but I saw Ben Starr's, for instance. So it's like, when's that story stuff coming? And people really care about that in an extraction shooter? I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds very Concordy, that, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's so difficult with a one mode game. It really is. Like, you just can't, because you think about that mode, it's essentially one of the 3 modes in this year's Call of Duty. Like, if you don't like one mode, you've got 2 other modes to play. Whereas if you don't like, extraction, or it doesn't hit, or the one map doesn't hit you, there's not a lot of wiggle room to do anything else, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm sure we'll be reading the story Bungie massive layoffs in probably the next 3 months.
Because how many staff do they actually need to keep?
Well, they need. I reckon it will drop to 200, Pengi. I reckon they'll get rid of 500 to 600 people. Because even if if they're in the position where they're maintaining the game and then spinning up, say, 2 projects, you don't need 800 people for this point. They're not a union. They'll just get rid of them. They can, if they decide to spin one of those games up, they can hire them, or they can move them elsewhere, can't they? So I feel like Bungie will be absolutely decimated. I don't think they'll close them though. I don't think we're at that point yet. But I think they will decimate them.
Yes. Yeah. More likely. But news item number 2. Warhorse Studios, the developers behind Kingdom Come Deliverance, have announced they're doing a Middle-earth RPG game, Davey.
Yeah, I was surprised for this, and then I realised something, Pengi.
What?
It's all the Embracer Group, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
They own the IP.
Yes.
And they own Warhorse Studios.
Ah, okay.
So that's all part of the Embracer Group. So I was like, it's a bit of a random one. I was like, oh no.
Oh, the Embracer Group supposed to be selling off the Warhammer, not the Warhammer.
So they own them, but they segmented them into their own companies.
Yeah, but then I think they're selling that company off. I'm pretty sure I've seen.
Yeah, that's good. When I looked, they were all owned by the Embracer Group, which is good because it means they don't have to pay for licensing, which is really good because it's already licensed, Pengi. But
yes.
Yeah, it's difficult because this news came out so long ago since we recorded. I think we've already spoken about it at some point. But yeah, I'm excited for this because it's a Lord of the Rings game by a good studio. Just don't make the combat really difficult. They probably won't have all the shagging and stuff, right? So that probably won't be in the game. But I'm told the Kingdom Come games are good, so I'm all for it. But Craig, you're the real Lord of the Rings nut here. What do you think?
Yeah, this has been like rumored for a little bit, to be fair. But there's some like this could get announced fairly soon. And I feel like there's hope for this, boys. Because the Kingdom Come games, especially the second one, very successful, right? Very highly rated, sold incredibly well. And I feel like at this point, if you wanted someone to make a Middle Earth game, it's basically these guys or CD Projekt Red, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I have hope that we could get something good in Lord of the Rings, Dave, which is a place I've not been in a long time. To be honest with you, a long time it feels like. But yeah, I think like this could be like the absolute perfect fit. I do still want to give Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 a go at some point, just to see if I like it or not, because I was very excited for the first one before it came out. And it does. There are parts of it that does sound a bit of me, but trying to fit that 100-hour RPG in there somewhere, Dave, that's difficult, right?
So true.
Oh yes.
If I do like it, like, where do I squeeze that in? God knows. But yeah, no, this is promising news, I think.
Pengi?
It sure is. Yeah, it sure is. I again, like Craig, want to try Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's on Game Pass. It's just like, oh, when are you gonna play an RPG that long, sort of thing? And I'm expecting Middle Earth game to be different and stuff like that. Will it be first person? Like in the map, I can see it being third person. I don't know. I just think the Lord of the Rings third person. I guess because the PS2 games and stuff, but. And obviously, like you've got to change the combat. I think you're gonna make you got to bring more casual audience in, aren't you? With the Lord of the Ring IP sort of thing than what Kingdom Come Deliverance did. So I think there's gonna be changes. So I don't know if it's gonna be 1-to-1 if you did play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, for instance. But it is what I do want to check out. It's just it's on Game Pass at some point, at some time. There's too many games in there.
There is.
Too many games.
Yeah. What's also thing is too many price increases. PlayStation Plus is going up, Davey, for new subscribers. So if you already got Plus, it isn't going up. So if you let your Plus lapse and then you rejoin, it's going to cost you more. Essential is going from $6.99 to $7.99. Extra is going from $10.99 to $11.99. Premium's gone from £13.49 to $14.99. That's for a month subscription. $19.99 to $21.99 for Essential, $31.99 to $34.99 for Extra, and $39.99 to $43.99 for Premium. That's 3 months. 12 months is stayed the same price for everyone if you buy a year's worth in one go. Davey, thoughts on Plus increase?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult with the digital stuff going up because they can't really hide behind the like, oh, it costs more to make stuff that we'll get to with something else later. But yeah, again, everything's getting more expensive, right? What makes me laugh is they followed this up by announcing that next month's essentials is Warhammer Darktide, Grounded 1, and Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl 2.
And not FIFA, EA FC staying for an extra 2 weeks.
Yeah, the football season's over, isn't it? So it's like,
yeah, I'm thinking World Cup.
Yeah,
it's
one of those. I feel like if you wanted to play FIFA or FA, you would have. I don't know.
Yeah,
yeah, for me, it's frustrating because, as I'm sure you'll both echo when we get to it, every single subscription seems to be going up at the moment. So, like, I was even having this thought the other day. I was having this conversation with Chloe, who's my girlfriend. If you've not watched the show before, and I was like, "Are we at the point, babe, where we just start buying DVDs again?" Because, like,
I do believe DVDs last year or something went up like 96% or something.
Right, because Craig will be with me on this. You want to watch a film or you want to watch a TV series, right? One, Netflix is £15 now if you don't want ads, and then you go, oh, well, I want to watch Dune 1. I'll watch Dune 1 and it's on Now TV. Dune 2's not though. Dune 2's only on Prime, but Prime doesn't have Dune 1. So then you've got to get 2 services to watch it, or they won't have Dune 2. You've got to rent it. I'm just like, fuck me, I might just buy physical stuff again. I'm kind of starting to get that way with games, because other than the one with PlayStation that really annoys me is you've got to pay for cloud, because you don't have to do that on Steam or Xbox. So if like me, you cancel your PS Plus and then you want to download a save from a game you haven't played for 3 years, you have to pay to do that. You can't just download your save.
Well, you remember I didn't have a load of my PS4 saves when I had my PS fives because I didn't have Plus or whatever at the time.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the cloud save for like Last of Us Part 2 or something, and it's like
Yeah,
Final Fantasy Rebirth.
They start deleting stuff, don't they, as well, if you don't have a plus for 6 months in a row, I think. There's some sort of caveat. But yeah, that stuff annoys me. And obviously paying for online, it's a big talking point at the moment, isn't it? Because everything's more expensive, and obviously you don't have to do that on PC. So it's like, should we be paying for online? But yeah, again, it's one of those. I get PlayStation Plus or Game Pass usually for something. So like, if for example I was gonna play Forza Horizon 6, I'd get Game Pass for the month. And it's kind of the same with PS Plus. If there's something I want to play on it, we don't really play online together anymore that often, do we, as a group? So I'm not like, oh, well, I need it all the time because we play COD every night. So it's kind of, I don't know. But yeah, it's not that big of an increase in reality. So I don't think it's that much of an issue.
It's a weird one because you go essential, the basic one where you need for online gaming. It's gone up.
It's a pound. Yeah.
For the month one.
Yeah.
But a pound over 12 months. That's
it's £12, Pengi.
Yeah, that's 12 quid. You know.
But yeah, what about you, Craig?
I think reading for this, I'm pretty sure I normally get the 12 month at a time jobber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which isn't going up.
Yeah, which I probably do need to check, see what my plus is doing. So I don't know if I have done that recently or not, but that's what I always used to do.
I feel like you do it every days of play, though, don't you? The deal that's going on at the moment, because it drops by like 20% or some shit, right? I feel like that's when you usually do it.
Yeah, but yeah, possibly. But yeah, so that's what I normally do, because you normally get a good deal on, like, if you just do a year. Fairness, so probably won't affect me. But yeah,
yes.
I mean,
until they put up yet.
Yeah, that will probably be coming. But this does all harken back to the industry's not growing right, so we need to make more money out of the people we already have.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we're the people they already have, boys.
Yeah.
So they need more of our money.
Yeah.
Which is shit, but yeah, it's just kind of the way it seems to be at the moment, right?
Yeah, that's what gets you later, Pengi. It could be worse.
It could be worse. What's good though is that over 6 million people have played Forza Horizon 6, Craig.
So there's a lot of people, isn't it?
Yeah. Apparently,
a lot of people.
I've seen there's 4 million people have spent money on it as well as the thing. So like, I'm part of the 4 million. You're part of the 4 million because we bought the premium upgrade. But and obviously, because it's like the numbers are on about 3 million people played it on Game Pass and stuff like so that. But obviously, like we played it on Game Pass, but we spent money, so part of the 4 million that spent money. But 6 million in total have played it, so quite a lot. Great.
Yeah, just cements it as Xbox's like real big flagship IP at this point, doesn't it? It's just the success story since 3, 4, and then it just seems to grow and grow and grow every release now. So yeah, fair play to Playground. They've put out another massive game, haven't they?
They sure have. Dave, you've not played. You're not one of the 6 million, unless you got it to load up and it counts.
No, I can't get it to work. Fucking PC gaming. But yeah, it's cool that it's like Craig said, it's the best. It probably is pound for pound the best franchise in, I'd say, probably all of gaming, because it's really hard to be that consistent over 6 games. Like even if you do since 3, that's 4 games in a row that have been like 90 plus rated, right? So that's really impressive. I'm hoping at some point I can get it to work and then I'll play it, but yeah, it's not for one to try, Craig. But when you start having to Google stuff and it's like, well, if you just completely redo your computer's registry information, I'm like, I've got other video games that I can play, so I'll wait till it starts working on my PC or my claw. But yeah, again, I'm sure we'll talk about it later. I'm guessing you two are both enjoying it. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll talk about it when we get to the play section.
Okay then. But let's move on to your Warhammer chat then, Pengi.
Yeah, so our TOTS is going to be showcases, and one of the showcases that has happened was Warhammer Skulls, which I watched. It's one of the few that I have watched so far, and so far we have had, since the start of I can't remember, like this past sort of week, we've had 8 shows since like Warhammer already. This one I did watch. I didn't think it was too bad, considering you know what you're going into is going to be Warhammer stuff. The new update for Space Marine 2, a new update for Rogue Trader. That they showed Age of Sigmar Deathmaster, which is a new 2D stealth action game from .emu. So Dotemu seem to just keep putting out games after games, Craig.
They're all 2D.
And this is a 2D self-action game, and yeah, they're doing a Warhammer game now, so that's I think that could be pretty good. Mechanicus 2, that was just the Shadow Drop, which I feel that's quite a big one for Shadow Drop, Craig. Craig, I was going to Dave there because I'm pretty sure you might have played the first one.
Yeah, I played the first one. The first one's a strange game. I think it's like a 70-ish rated game on OpenCritic. But yeah, it's one of those. They had a stage where they were putting out a ton of isometric CRPGs, and Mechanicus was one of the better ones. But yeah, it's quite a big Shadow Drop. They did announce it previously. I don't think it was early access or anything. But yeah, it's a pretty big Shadow Drop. But yeah, it's cool. It's a Warhammer CRPG, Pengi. As you know, there's plenty of them.
At that moment, there's a beta thing of the new Owlcat RPG. I can't remember what it's called. Dark Heresy. That had actually a beta thing. Dawn of War 4 got a release date of 17th of September, which is good for me because I got on Fantasy Critic, and this has been dated. Where Total Warhammer, which you got, Dave, hasn't been dated.
It's as I was saying to Craigo, I think I've lost a fight on that one. I think.
Yeah. A War Bond, 40k War Bonds coming to Helldivers 2, which I think going to suit.
I think that's
really
cool. That's a really cool one to get. It's one of those that I'm like, I kind of wish that Arrowhead would just make a Warhammer Helldivers game. If I'm absolutely honest with you, because that'd be pretty sick. But no, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. And then we got 2 demos which were out now on Steam of Warhammer Survivors, which is the Warhammer's take on Vampire Survivors, Craig. And I think that's made in Bristol.
It was.
And Bolt Gun 2 demo is also out as well, which I think is the same team.
It is.
Yeah, I haven't downloaded any of the demos, but I thought it's quite cool. They're dropping demos, dropping a Shadow Drop, they're putting dates on the big games like Dawn of War 4 or stuff like that. It's a good little show, and there's something for everyone. Not a big, if you're not a big Warhammer fan, I guess the .emu game will be fun for a lot of people because we know they do good games.
Yeah, for sure. I think they've got a pretty good record now.
And
also, I did try the demo for Warhammer Survivors.
Nice.
It's Vampire Survivors. It's good. There's a level, Craig, which is a tabletop where there's paint pots and glue and stuff. Big fan of that. But yeah, Warhammer is good. Those games are good. I think you probably would enjoy Rogue Trader, Pengi. It's just whether it's too long for you. That'd be my only worry.
Yeah, it's what I have thought about downloading, but I know Dawn of War. I know it's different style game or something, but if I'm getting to a Warhammer game on PC using a mouse and keyboard, Dawn of War.
Oh yeah, Rogue Trader is one I'd get it on your ROG Ally or something for sure.
Yeah. Talking of ROG Allies and handheld PC devices, Steam Deck's going up in price, Craig. The 512GB model with the OLED screen is going up to £649. That's a 43% increase or 170 quid. And the 1TB is going up to £779, which is a 46% increase or £210, Craig.
Yeah, when you see that 43% increase, that is a lot, isn't it? That is a big chunk to be adding on there. So that is a wild increase. The Steam Deck, and it puts in a bit of an opposition because when the Steam Deck was first a thing, it felt like everyone was obsessed with it, right?
Yeah,
I say everyone.
Pretty cheap.
I mean the hardcore obsessed with the people who were listening and doing podcasts like us, right?
Yeah.
And then it almost feels like slowly where everyone else has started doing the copycat ones of their own, of it Asus or whatever else, Logitech, whatever. I'm trying to think of these companies.
Logitech.
Logitech. They do one, do they?
They did a cloud thing, right?
They
the
did
Xbox thing.
You're thinking of Legion. The Legion.
They're all the same.
Lenovo.
They're all
That's
pedo companies, aren't they? But anyway, they've all started doing their own, aren't they? And even listening to Grub and Mike, whenever people do like, oh, do you recommend buying a Steam Deck now? They're always like, no, go out and buy the Asus one or whatever the other
Mm.
ones are, because they're around a similar price and more powerful or whatever, and they can do more things than just being a Steam machine, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah,
Because
it does.
if
If
you
they're
were
even more expensive again, and like the competitors are well priced, it does put it in even more of a strange position where you're just like, well, what's the point of buying this when you can buy something else instead that's better priced and more powerful and has Windows or whatever?
Yeah, because if you were to go buy a Ally X right now, let's stick for the I can't find the United Kingdom.
It's
We're gonna look at the United States.
849 for the big one, and
Yeah.
the Ally is
So obviously it's still
449.
much more. It's still more expensive, but it has
It's
got
significantly more powerful.
yes, 849. Asus has got
Yeah.
its stock. 800.
Mhm.
That's the thing. So it's more powerful. You can play Windows on it. So you're not locked. You're not locked to Steam on the Steam Deck because it is a PC. So you can do other stuff with it. But obviously that's Linux based, where this should be Windows based. So in theory, it should be easier to use the LIX if you wanted to put Xbox, Epic, good old games, and stuff on it. But yeah, the price increases are insane. I'm pretty Valve said something like they're not making any money on this. So, and this is just the cost of parts, which seems mental.
Yeah, I think again, I can't really elaborate much more than what Craig said, but yeah, I think to be completely honest with you, it's the Steam Deck is now what it is. If you have one, great. It's like you can't recommend it now.
I
It's
think they have refurbished ones still at 250.
they are
quid, though,
never in stock. But yeah,
they were.
I say if you see one for £200 in stock, I'd buy it because I'm pretty sure even in CEX they're like 400 quid now already. So even the 64 gigabyte LCD model, which they don't officially make anymore, so it's obviously there's only so many they'll have to refurb, right? But yeah, it's one of those that the cost of parts is insane. They're not a big company; they can't eat the cost like I say Nintendo can. And like you said, you just can't recommend it now. I think if you are desperate to get in on a Windows or a PC handheld and you want it to be Steam, I think your only option is probably the Steam Lenovo Go S, which is I think I saw it on Amazon for $449 earlier, and it is slightly more powerful than a Steam Deck. And if you want a cheap Windows, I would go for the Xbox ROG Ally, not the X, the white one. I think the white one's $449 as well. So. But yeah, I think like Craig said, if you've wanted a Steam Deck, if you haven't got one now, I don't think you ever were going to get one. But I can't imagine. I almost feel like they've had to make them so that their suppliers will keep them like on their supplier list. Because if they can't just like, I know a lot of people have been like, well, just don't sell it. If they don't sell it, then the supplier will just go, well, hang on, we're not going to hold the molds for this anymore because we can sell the stuff to someone else. You know what I mean? So I feel like they might have had to keep some, just so that they had some sort of relationship with suppliers. I suppose the big question, Craigo, is what does this do for their other products that aren't out yet?
Yeah, that is the daunting thing on the horizon, isn't it? Because we should already know about this by now, shouldn't we? When they first announced it,
Yeah.
It's gonna be the start of this year. We should know.
It was
this
coming out
and-
the first half of this year. Damn, the Steam machine.
Yeah,
We're
still
now
none
almost in the
wiser,
second year of that.
and you do just fear as to how much that thing is going to cost. It does almost make you wonder: do they regret ever getting involved in that now?
I think if they'd known that this was going to happen, then I don't
Yeah.
think it would have happened. But it's you just
Yeah,
there's no way they
exactly.
could have known, is there? That's the problem.
Yeah, I know it's a difficult position to be in now, isn't
Yeah.
it? They say retrospect is beautiful, but now you're thinking like, cool, I bet they wish they just never bothered now.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tough sell, isn't it?
Yeah, because if it's 779 quid for a 1 terabyte deck, okay, you got no screen on the Steam machine, but the Steam machine is more powerful. So it's got better hardware and stuff like that. You're looking at thousands. Most probably.
I think with a controller it's going to be £1,000.
Yeah.
I think without a controller maybe 800. Without a controller, but who's buying a console without a controller, right? So it's not good for anyone. I think again, we've talked about it before, and the PlayStation, the Xbox, and Nintendo have had their rises. If you don't have one now, and you can afford to, I wouldn't hang about, because I think we're going to get more rises, evidently, fairly soon. You'd have to say at the moment, probably the best value is probably a Switch 2, unless you don't mind the Series S, which I still think is probably pound for pound the best value in gaming now, because you can't really get anything for under 300 quid. Whereas the Series S, I think it was 289. It's currently on Amazon. So I think that's probably, I think it's not a controversial take to say that's probably the best value you're going to get if you don't have a gaming console right now.
Yeah, because obviously, I'm gonna just go to pressing the wrong button here now. Go to the next news. I go skip. Because Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 is coming October 23rd to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch 2. So that's coming in October. And Warzone will stop being on last gen from June. That's this month. So no Warzone on PS4 and Xbox One, and no Call of Duty on PS4 or Xbox One. So that goes to your point, Dave. If you want a new console, the One S, 289 quid. If you want to play your COD, it could be the best option.
Yeah, I think it's good. Like I said, we always talk about GTA 6 on this podcast, right? Like if you want the cheapest way to play Call of Duty, EAFC, and GTA 6, it is the Series S. If I was Xbox and I could still make them for a relatively cheap price, I would market the crap out of the Series S at the moment, because you cannot get anything. Nothing modern is under £300. Like nothing modern is under £300. Sure, it's not going to look as good as it does on other stuff, right? But at the end of the day, if they've got to optimize it for the Switch 2, the Series S ain't going to be far away, you know. So yeah, crazy times. But yeah, Call of Duty, Craig, are you excited for new Call of Duty?
Well, I'm watching the trailer now live because I haven't done before. So that's my preparation. But it is interesting to see, like, there's this one trailer and people seem to be back on COD's side again, boys.
Yeah, we're back.
It's weird. It's odd, isn't it? Because we've gone from being very much against COD's side as a general wider community to there's one trailer and suddenly everyone's back.
Yeah. It's every 2 years, Craig. I don't know why anyone's surprised with this. Every 2 years it comes back.
But yeah, I mean, the trailer looks good from what I'm watching. Koreans looks pretty. They always look pretty, don't they? I can't imagine they can make the same mistake.
Koreans for the game.
What was that, Gregor?
I can't imagine they make the same mistake as the campaign as they did last time with the weird match-made co-op with no checkpoints or whatever it was.
So what I realised as well, because I'm kind of the same as you guys. I'm like, oh, hang on a minute, what's going on with COD? The two CODs, the most recent CODs that people didn't like, were the follow-up year ones. So Modern Warfare 3 was like an add-on after Modern Warfare 2, and obviously Black Ops 7 was just basically an add-on after Black Ops 6, right? So
yes,
if you spend more than a year making a campaign, people tend to like it more than when you don't. So
but that's also the weird thing, because like I play COD and just do the campaign. That's all I really do. I might play a couple of hours of multiplayer and get you got to level 10 achievement or trophy. And most people do not play the Call of Duty campaign, so it is a little bit, like you're saying, a little bit surprising you make a good campaign. But it's like, maybe they've had the data like before. People don't care about the campaign, that's why they've not been very good. But it seems people actually do.
It's word of mouth, though, isn't it? Because like the people that play the campaign are people like us and people that review games, right? That's so like. And if we're telling, if we're saying to people, oh, it's good and everyone's playing it, it's in the news, blah, 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 then I think the average schmo that maybe doesn't buy it every single year anymore because, it's not 10 years ago, probably goes, oh, I'm seeing people talk about it on TikTok and Instagram or whatever, and they then play it, right? Whereas if all you ever see is negativity, then you perhaps are less inclined. That's my theory anyway, because, there's got to be a reason, because the multiplayer's never that different. So you wouldn't think, you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, this year Black Ops 7 multiplayer was particularly worse than Black Ops 6. I'm sure it was very similar. But it's a strange one. But I'm looking forward to it. Price is back. I need to go and play Modern Warfare 2 and 3's campaign because I actually haven't done it. I actually own both, I'm pretty sure. So I will jump on that on my Xbox One probably at some point. And then I'm going to buy it on Switch, Pengi.
Nice.
I'm going to buy it on Switch.
Play with mouse mode.
No, I'll use a controller. I'll use a controller.
Yeah, but that'd be give you more precision aiming.
I could use gyro on my controller, Pengi, if I wanted to.
Yeah, you could do that as well. I was thinking if you could sort of turn crossplay off and you got that precision aiming, you could absolutely dominate.
All other 6 players that are playing on Switch, just Switch 2.
Yeah,
With
you could be the
I could be the god.
world Switch 2
Like
champion.
I used to be on Wii U back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
Are you going to buy it,
Thanks.
Pengi? Before we get into
Yeah, I must get it on PS5.
Nice.
Because obviously it's not on Game Pass Call of Duty anymore.
No, you
so
get a 10% discount to the Vault
on
edition.
the Vault edition.
Yeah, but
which
if
makes
you
it
bought,
$89.99.
yeah, if you've bought it before, because I had a notication when I turned my Xbox
It's
One
either
S on.
$79.99 or $89.99. It's one of the two. It makes it now.
Money well spent.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's bad. Next news item: Witcher 3 is getting its new expansion in 2027 called the Songs of the Past, coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox. And they've also hired the specs on the PS5, the PC version, because obviously, I guess obviously in the past the previous expansions were on last gen systems, and this new expansion needs that extra power, and obviously that's going to be the same on the PC. Nowhere on a Switch. Obviously, Witcher 3 is on Switch with all the content. Switch 2 version, maybe, Dave, like a complete edition or something.
I guarantee it, Pengi, that they will
Yeah.
announce a Switch 2 edition that comes with the DLC, or you can buy the DLC as well. Because
Yeah, I was thinking
Cyberpunk
maybe
sold
just-
really well on Switch 2.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you could get out Witcher 3 on Switch 2 this year, and then bring out the expansion next year at the same time as the other
Yeah.
platforms,
Yeah.
and then you making 80 quid from Switch to players pretty quickly or whatever.
Yeah, they're a studio that has a Switch 2 development kit and have made a lot of
Yeah.
money on Switch 2, so it makes perfect sense for them to put The Witcher 3 on the Switch 2.
Craigie, did you play all the expansions and you looking forward to a new expansion?
Yeah, I've done both the expansions for Witcher 3. The Blood and Wine and... What's the other one? Iron? Is it Iron or something?
Hearthstone?
Hearthstone, that's it. Hearthstone. Yeah, I did them both. They're both very, very good. Obviously, I love the base game. It is odd them bringing out an expansion so long after, though, right?
I think it's 10 years since Witcher 3 released.
Yeah, Witcher 3 was 2015, wasn't it?
Yes, it's the team making it are the team that are making the main team that are making are the team that are making the remake of the first game.
Is it still Battalion or something like
It's something like
Play-
that, yeah.
that?
So I
Obviously, it makes
yeah.
sense because they've already announced Witcher 4 that they're doing, right? So they want to get people back.
Yeah. There's money to be made,
Into,
Gregor, isn't there? There's money to be made.
Yeah, back into The Witcher. Obviously, the TV show had a high point and low points.
Oh, certainly did.
That's to say that. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to it. I am a little bit like a part of me wishes they just made this like a standalone thing. That it was just like its own little like, okay, we're making a Witcher standalone thing. It's not going to be a full 100-hour Witcher game. It's going to be 20 hours or whatever the expansions normally are, and it's going to be more contained, and it's going to be its own little, a little thing here. It just does seem a bit odd that it's an expansion. I was very when this was, because this was heavily rumored a little while ago, right? It was rumored that it was going to be this year back then. I was like, that just seems weird. But I'm sure this is going to be very good. I'm sure I'm going to play it. I'm going to love it. And then I'm going to be sat here going, "God, I can't wait to The Witcher 4." Which, do we think, like, if this is 2027, could Witcher 4 be 2028 maybe, boys? Do you reckon?
Yeah, it'll definitely be
Yeah.
out by then. It depends what they do with this Witcher 1 remake. That's probably the one, because that was supposed to come first. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was the start of next year. Maybe Witcher 1 remake was the end of next year. Because you got to remember, The Witcher 3 has sold 60 million copies, so it's
a big boy.
it's one of those games that, which is crazy when you think of what type of game it is. It's crazy that it's sold that well. By the way, like, it's crazy that a Polish fantasy RPG with difficult controls has sold 60 million copies. But yeah, I think The Witcher 4 is one of those games that if it's even slightly as good as 3, with the modern sensibilities, I think it's going to be another smash hit.
You'd like to think they've learned from the Cyberpunk shenanigans now, right? They surely are not going to do that again.
No, I think a lot of that was publisher pressure, and I think they're big enough now to be like, see, we can't do this. Like you said, we can't do this again, so...
And even Cyberpunk sold ridiculous. It's got like massive sales, right?
Yeah, huge.
Despite the absolute fucking shitstorm of the launch, like it's still a big boy number game, right?
Well, it's a great game. That's the crazy thing. It's one of those games. Both of those games are live in the world games, aren't they? Like when you're in there again. Like I've not finished either of them, but like when you're in those types of games, it's like you want to keep playing because they seem to tell a really good story. So. Yeah, I'm so curious. Like you said, it's been... So when did the last Witcher 3 expansion come out? About 2017, 2018, something like that. I'd be very curious of what story they're telling. And I'm assuming you're playing as Geralt, as that's the...
Yeah, you're playing as Geralt, yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's...
Because I thought, like, Craig, they might have done a standalone expansion, and you play, like, as Ciri, to get people like me in to, like, bring them up to speed for Witcher 4. Like, I'm not going to play Songs of the Past because, you got to have Witcher 3. You're mostly going to have, play that. The story's mostly going to come after the 2 other expansion. That's going to be impossible to play all of that. So a standalone DLC would have expansion mostly worked for like someone for me. So like now I'm just just waiting for either the remake or Witcher 4 sort of thing.
The last expansion wrapped up the whole story, like Geralt's story, really well as well.
Right.
That's why it's also a bit strange. You're like, oh, so now they're doing more. Huh?
Do we smell a time travel?
I don't know. Maybe it's something from the books or something that explains it.
It's got past in the title. That's all. I'm thinking, maybe they're setting
an alternate universe.
Well, maybe they're setting up Witcher 1 remake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it could be something as crazy as that, but that would make a lot more sense, wouldn't it? So I don't know. Again, I kind of trust them to produce something good. So I'm curious. I need to try and finish The Witcher 3 and both expansions before that, but we'll see. I deem it unlikely, but we'll see.
Yeah, unlikely. Next news item. We had I guess a mini showcase. This was 10 minutes long on Dragon Quest Day. Dragon Quest 12. I put 13 here, but it's actually 12. Dragon Quest 12. Development restarted. It's no longer Flames of the Fate. It's now Beyond Dreams, Davey.
Yeah, the second game that's restarted development that's got Beyond in the new title, Pengi. So that's interesting.
Beyond.
Again, it's Dragon Quest. It's gonna look like Dragon Quest. Guess what, Craig?
This is
gonna play like Dragon Quest. So.
Yeah, it does look like Dragon Quest because they were going for like a dark, moody thing, and then they're saying it's gonna be mature and that. It's like, oh, we started it. Now it looks like Dragon Quest.
Yeah, we're making Dragon Quest. So.
Yeah. So they also announced Dragon Quest Monsters, called The Withered World, coming to like everything. I feel that's going to be soon because I think it's already appeared like on rating boards in like Korea or something. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again in the upcoming weeks. For that, and it looks like it had the two characters of Dragon Quest V in it, and then Dragon Quest 11 is coming to Switch 2. No upgrade path or anything like that because it's Square Enix. And they don't do things like that over at Square Enix. You have to pay £35 if you want it, Craig.
Absolutely. You should happily pay it. Give them your money.
Yeah. I won't be giving them my money for that. So.
It's wild to think. I'm just thinking about now. Dragon Quest 11 came out in 2017, boys. So if they're restarting development on this now...
Yeah.
I know in Japan they all work 600 hours a week, so they can bang these things out fairly quickly. But even at that rate,
yeah. But how many Dragon Quest games have come out in that time?
Yeah.
There's the 3 remakes that they've already released, or 4 games. There's the Builders 1 and 2. Game? They did 2 Musos, Heroes 1 and 2. They've had an online game which has had an expansion every year since the year it came out. that's never come out in the West. That's why we don't ever remember it. So it's not.
They're
busy
and they
over
even
at
did
Enix.
an offline edition. So
They
I
did,
don't know
yep.
why they've never ported that to the West. It's crazy.
It's a lot of text, Pengi.
We could play that. Yeah, it's a lot of text. Those games you could be playing. You could be playing Dragon Quest 11 on your Switch 2, but you won't be playing this year is Fable because it's been delayed to 2027. Craig.
Those rat bastards, Pengi.
And they
They've
even
really fucked me this time, haven't they?
and they even Craig Jeff Grubb said this a few weeks ago. It's getting delayed, and they were like on their Twitter, "No, our game's definitely coming autumn this year to Xbox, PS5, and PC." No, it's been delayed to 2027. You now got 0 points for it.
Absolutely. Absolute wankers.
And
Everything I said about Playground, their success and Forza, they don't deserve it.
And because now technically you've had 10 games on your fantasy credit, your games are averaging a 14.2 for yours. Mine's average 14.5. So if the numbers don't lie, if we continue in this trend, I'm winning fantasy credit.
Yeah, well, we shall see. It's early days yet, Mr. Pengelly.
Sorry, Dave. Yours are averaging like 9.
Yeah, but your counter picks are going to screw you.
Yeah.
Can't count me out. You can't count me out yet. When it's mathematically impossible, I'll accept it.
Yeah. Yes.
But back to Fable.
Yeah.
Is this the first time we've had a game like shown at the first developer _ director of the year? It's always in January, and it's not come out and been delayed. I feel like it is.
I feel, and obviously that you think that also means they were pretty confident it was gonna meet its autumn release as well.
Well, yeah, because otherwise they wouldn't have been there.
That wouldn't have been like the main thing.
They've been pretty honest about it being because of GTA, though, right?
Well,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure haven't they said it? Haven't they been like?
That's what they said, but I don't know.
Yeah, but you say that, Dave. But autumn is. I'm going to do when is autumn? What months are autumn? It's September. It starts in September, so September, October, and November is autumn.
Because they've also I know they also said that then you've got the other like Xbox releases and all of that. It's like, well, you should have planned it better then. You should have. This was I know again, this is the previous leadership's big thing, but the previous leadership's big thing was that this year was the anniversary year, and then we're gonna have Forza, Halo, Gears, and Fable back to the roots and all that. And now you're telling me that because there's too many games, we're bottling it. We're moving it into February.
Yeah,
and February's a big month. There's no guarantees that nothing's coming out in February, boys.
Well, there will be
a
Resident Evil.
It's always a big month now.
Yeah.
Like, you want your own space in February, do you? I don't know,
and you're going to go one-on-one with Resident Evil Code Veronica remake from
Capcom. Or the other 600 games that come out in February. Yeah, it's strange. I mean, I'm not. I'm a little bit tongue-in-cheek here because at the end of the day, there's too many games and I can't keep up anyway. So.
But it's
it's odd.
It's just the thing. Like I counterpicked Gears of War E-Day because I did think one of the four was going to get delayed, and one of the big four has been delayed. But it's like we've seen Fable, we've seen it in January. You're saying it's coming on. We've seen absolutely nothing on Gears of War. Well, obviously that would be the one that gets delayed because Forza's coming.
Yeah, but Gears of War isn't a massive open world game, Pengi.
No, I know, but it's like, that could have been the February 2027 game. The game that you've not promised a date for, we have on Fable.
Gears needs to get 97 and screw you over. That's what it gets. This is going to happen.
It's not going to get 97. Yeah. And that is all
it's strange. Very strange.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I kind of felt like it was always going to happen, irregardless of GTA. But, yeah. They just can't. The problem that I think that Xbox has is they cannot release a game that the general public, quote unquote, deem not good enough. Because Starfield came out and it's 83, 84 rated on OpenCritic, and people talk like it's a 4 out of 10. So like, Fable's got to come out and be 80 or 90 to be accepted by gaming media, hasn't it? So take as long as you want, gang. Do whatever you need to do. It's fine. Like Craig said, are we short of games to play, boys?
Absolutely fucking not.
No.
No.
I still won't be able to fit my 100 hours of Kingdom Come Deliverance in.
Well, mine and Pengu's 140 hours of Witcher 3 we won't get to.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, before we get to the Pengul's topic of the show, let's talk about what we have been buying and playing, Craigo. Let's start with you.
So, in terms of me, I'm thinking back because it's been a long time since the last show. I think the last time I'd finished mixtape once.
I
But I
think you
hadn't-
might have even. I think you might have done the completion, but not. 100%
No, I
sure.
don't think I had. I might have started it. I might have started
Yeah,
going for
you might have
completion.
said that you found Macca's guide on it and you're
Yeah.
gonna follow it. I think.
Yeah, so I did start following Macca's guide because there's one overarching achievement for getting all the collectibles. They're not really collectibles. And like in order for that, you have to do it all in one go. Well, I thought you had to do it all in one go. Because they're the hub areas, and you go from the hub areas, whatever. So I started doing Macca's guide. I did the first room, the first two rooms, I guess, in the first house, which then take you to the other little bits and pieces in the game. And I started doing the second one, and about halfway through the second one, the achievement popped.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, okay, so I don't have to keep going with this. That's done now, so I can now do the more fun bits of using the chapter select to do the mini games and then get the achievements for the mini games. So I could then jump around and do that, which is a lot more fun. And yeah, the game's really good. It's a lot of fun. And I do now have the completion, boys.
Huge.
And that is my first completion of the year, I think. It's definitely my first completion of the year.
That's a slow year for Craigo.
Well, I only got one last year as well, Dave, which is...
My Christ.
No,
Yeah.
you got Ghost of Yotai last year. Was that the only one?
Oh, yeah, no, I had Keeper on Xbox.
Yeah.
On Xbox, I mean, I don't know what I got on the old... What are they called? Platinums.
Yeah. Because
yeah, Keeper on
and
Xbox.
we
It
which
Takes
one
Two.
did we, it takes
Split Fiction.
no Split Fiction. Yeah, we done
Split
that,
Fiction.
and we
Yeah.
did Lego Voyagers. We did that. Was that this year? That was this year, I think.
I like that Craig just disregards PlayStation. That makes me happy.
Time is a flat circle, Pengi.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is first completion of the year, and completion number 66 on the old Xbox.
Huge.
Yeah, and that's their second game. So I had the first one as well, not for this game, obviously.
Nice.
And then the only other thing I've been playing, boys, is Forza Horizon 6, pretty much. I did end up getting the upgrade expansion thingy. I bought it off that website. I can't even, was it Loaded it's called? Is that what it's
Loaded
called?
is called now.
Yeah, the Crystal Palace sponsor.
Yeah, I ended up getting off of Loaded.
Yeah, 'cause it used to be CD keys, and I still call it CD keys.
Yeah. I think I paid 45 for it. I think they'd put the price up. I'm guessing because of demand, which is fair enough, I guess. And yeah, I even though I got it on the Monday and the game was counting Tuesday, I was edging towards getting it, even if I was getting it on the Tuesday, just because I was like, well, I'm gonna play the 2 expansions anyway, right? So I just as well get it and pay for it all now, because the expansions on the Forza games are always very, very good and always worth the money. So I thought, let's bite the bullet. So they do some interesting things on that Loaded website. Some interesting things.
Yeah.
I wonder if HMRC will be looking at some of their practices fairly soon.
No.
Let's say. But yeah, I bought that. I also got the controller. So I have both the Forza Horizons controller for this gen now. I do think it looks very pretty. It's very colourful. I really like the fact that it's got the different colour button. I know that is a very simple and basic thing, but having that is the novelty. I'm like, oh, why haven't we done this before? Because I don't think they've done that before for Xbox. I think they've always been the same colour.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I was like, yeah, that's cool. It's pink. It matches the colourful vibes. They didn't do the different texture on the back, which they did for the 5 controller, which is a bit of a shame because the 5 controller had that like it felt like a steering wheel on the back, which is pretty cool and unique. So they didn't do it on this one, which would have been cool as well. But I guess that makes the 5 one unique and different from this one. Yeah, is what it is. But yeah, that's a very nice controller. And yeah, I've been playing Forza Horizon a lot. I think I am about 24 hours in. I want to say. I think I'm about a day's worth of playtime. I
Wow.
have just focused on the wristband stuff essentially. I've not done any of anything else. In all honesty, I've just been like, right, I'm really enjoying this wristband stuff, and you start off and you got to do your B cars and you your C cars and you go up and A and whatever. So I've finished that side of it ish now. I've got the gold wristband. I've unlocked the Legend Islands. But I haven't done any of the stuff you then unlock through that. So that's when you then unlock the class, like the Colossus and the whatever else, the dirt version of the Colossus. So I haven't done any of those races yet. But I'm sure I will do them. And then I've just been doing some of the seasonal bits and pieces as well. Because I always enjoy doing the seasonal stuff, boys. It's always good fun because it's always like do so and so danger sign in this class of car, and then here's this championship, in a B class hot hatch or something, and it just it's always fun to like experiment and use different cars like that. So that's what I've been doing. So I haven't touched any of the story stuff. I think I've done one of the Toge races because it was part of the seasonal event. I haven't touched any of that sort of thing. But from what I've played so far, the game is absolutely brilliant. It's so good. It's as good as you expect it's going to be. Um, the kind of the world itself is just absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. The map is absolutely bloody huge. There's I was quite a few hours in, Pengi. I don't know if this is the same for you, but I've not even been to the north side of the map yet.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just well, until I got that. Uh, it was only when I got the showcase. I think I was like, oh, this is the snow. It's like
Yeah,
I've not seen snow in this game yet.
and I was like, gosh, this is massive in itself. And I've not even touched any of this yet, and I think I'm like. So I've played like 24 hours, and I think I'm like halfway through-ish on the road discovery, and I think you're like near me, Pengi, 'cause it keeps coming up with your name whenever I do one.
Right.
So I think we're probably about both the same there. I think there's like 650 roads or something like that,
Yeah, yeah.
which that feels like the most in the series had before. I don't know if it's got the normal achievement for do all the roads because they love
No,
that achievement on
it's
it.
got a slightly different one.
Oh, okay. Does it see
Yeah.
all the map or something?
Mhm.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, see
interesting.
all the map, and people are like, I got it at 300 roads. Some people are like, I've got every road and it's not pinged, and yeah, so.
Interesting. Wonder why they've diverted off of that. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying it. My only little I guess so is the cross country stuff can be a bit pain in the assy. Especially the cross country circuit races because some of them are like really tight and narrow, and you're like, oh, I'm bloody trying to get this massive fucking truck thing around this really tight narrow circuit. It's just doing mad. And I had one in the seasonal that I was doing last night. I just put the difficulty down a few levels. So I was like, this is bloody hard. Trying to get this massive thing around this tiny little track. But other than that, yeah, been very impressed with what I've played so far, and I feel like I've got a lot more that I can still do. Just like I said, I've still not touched a single story thing yet, and I've not done any of the togeys or any of that, or got all the other discovery like getting the stamps and all that jazz as well. Yeah, I don't know, Pengi, do you want to latch on to Forza whilst I talk about
Yeah, so I have finished Forza Horizon 6. So I basically was the opposite way for you. So I did all the stamp stuff first, all the story stuff and that. So I got my gold stamp quite early on, and because they like split the two stories in half now. So I got my gold stamp, I freestarred all the story stuff as well because there's an achievement attached to that. So I did freestar all of that, which is one of the uh, last last bit, which I guess they think would be the last one, even though I left Drift Club for last, is really, 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 really hard. I must have had 20 attempts trying to get this freestar on this one bit. Because yeah, you had to, yeah. I don't know how they expect people to do it. It's like I've I was like Saros was a piece of piss compared to this one thing getting down on this time, so that was quite annoying. But yeah, so I've done all the story stuff, 3 stars of that. I've done all the stamp, and then I went and worked on the wristband, which is obviously the race is and stuff like that. So I've done all the. I got the achievement for all the race, winning 57 races and stuff like that. Got my gold wristband. There is more races you unlock after getting your gold wristband and stuff like that. But like the character, like the who's hosting, it's like, oh, well done, you're a legend now. There's new events, all the seasons going to change. I've done some of the seasonal stuff, and I've actually got 780 gamer score in Forza Horizon 6, and I played it for 35 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, and obviously, like I'm missing stuff like get to level 10 on the multiplayer thing, which I think I'm like level 7, so it's not that far off. There's the level 100, which obviously would take ages. The history one, which I think you can actually unlock to like July because you need 500 points, and it's only like 40 per season at the moment. And like smash all the boards and stuff like that, sort of thing. So I am pretty much done now with Forza Horizon 6. I did obviously buy that upgrade pass, why I did play the few days early, and obviously with the expansions, which we know should be good. Maybe you'll see, I don't know, at the Xbox show or whatever, the expansions, I will definitely jump back on. So it's what I'm going to leave installed on the PC, even though it's pretty chunky, just because you don't know when the expansions are going to drop. And then other stuff, because like I remember, like I don't believe like the Top Gear thing was in Forza Horizon 4 from launch. I think it's something they added later, and I'm pretty sure they did the same with Forza Horizon 5, they added like story stuff later on that weren't part expansions, were just like big updates. So when they like, oh, here's an update, here's some new achievements for doing. Because there's only one job in the game, which is like the delivery driver job. It's like, oh, we've added a new job, and here's some achievements for it. It's like I jump on, so I have left it installed, but yeah, it's very good. And I also got the controller as well, which is my main PC controller. Um, is the Forza Horizon 6 one. So yeah.
Cool. I think that's all I've played. In all honesty, I did start the demo for Monster Hunter Stories 3, but starting that at the same time as Forza is meant that pretty much all my time's gone to Forza. So I'm so early in that I can't really say a great deal about that. I think that's pretty much everything I've played, boys.
Nice. Right, Pengi, what
Nice.
about you?
Yeah, so obviously Forza Horizon talked about that. That was on PC, and the controller I bought that's on PC. Well, I'm using it on PC. And then, I'm sticking to PC, but I actually played it on the ROG Ally. But I bought it on the Xbox, not Steam, because it's a Play Anywhere game, and it's got so obviously I got my Xbox achievements instead of Steam achievements, and like who cares about Steam achievements? Like I'll get my Xbox achievements at least. That's Coffee Talk Tokyo.
Nice.
So I played and finished that today. I finished that today for watching some football. So I played that on my ROG Ally. So yeah, I finished that. It's more Coffee Talk. You know, that's what they've changed the setting. You've got new characters and stuff, and you're still making drinks for them, and they get the dialogue, and you fill with the phone with social media likes and stuff like that. Obviously, the art's lovely, music's pretty chill. It's a great handheld game. So again, that's why I bought it. On the ROG. Obviously, I did have options of Switch 2. I could run it on Portal or something like that. But yeah, I wanted to. So that's PC gaming. So that's what I've played on PC. Is those two. and obviously finished those two. Then on Switch 2, and pick up on Switch 2 is Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. So I got this. I am on chapter 4. There are 6 chapters. I have actually unlocked chapter 5 and 6 because you get the stars, and you need like 200 stars to unlock chapter 6, and I've got 200 plus stars or whatever, so it's unlocked. But you got to do all the chapters because you get a little bit of story stuff with Yoshi and Bowser Jr., who's like, I guess the villain of the game is Bowser Jr., and stuff like that. So I am in chapter 4 doing stuff like that. It's a weird-ish game. It's a platformer. So you're thinking like Mario and stuff, Craig, but it's also not like Yoshi doing this discoveries in this book. So it's like you got the page of the book and you got all the lovely art. And it's like, oh, what's this creature? And it's got question mark, but above it, press the A button or whatever it is. And you go like check it out. It's like, oh, it's a shy guy sort of thing, and you try to eat them to turn into eggs, and it comes like, what's Shy Guy taste like and stuff like that, and that's a start. You can jump on them, and you can get them to like ride you on the back like Mario does on like Yoshi's Island, and like they do certain things. So it's like, how does the Shy Guy interact with this other creature and things like that? It's like sort of like Pokemon Snap in a way, and like you're discovering what all the different creatures and stuff doing, but you're just doing it as a 2D platformer, sort of thing. And then like Bowser Jr. is looking for like a certain creature, and that's how it's all like playing out in this, in the story. It's starting to play on Switch 2. I've not had anything to play on Switch 2 for ages, and it's yes, the game I'm actually finished next because, like I said, I'm on chapter 4. There's 6 chapters, but I think there's stuff after you finish the game, and in classic Nintendo fashion. So that is what I'm playing on that.
Do you think is it worth it for like adults? Because I've seen a lot of people talk about it. And they talk it up, and then they'll be like, yeah, but then for like adults who play everything, it's probably not worth it. So do you finding it's worth it, or do
No,
you think
no,
it
like
is just more of a
you've
kiddies
like,
thing?
it's a bit of a kiddie thing. And then like you've not played Pokemon Snap, for instance. Like, okay, that's a Switch One game. Maybe it's gonna be you might go, oh, this is a bit rough or something. But like, oh, I would just play Pokemon Snap for you, for instance. That makes sense because obviously it's the same like discover what the animals do, and obviously these are Pokemon. And I expect you would know more Pokemon than like Nintendo creatures from the Mario universe as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I would go for. Then over on PS5, so I have one PS5 game I've not played, and that's Lego Batman. So that's a pickup. I've not played that. And a PS5 game that I have played, that's W007 at First Light, which I'm about, I want to say, 3 or 4 hours in of it. I just did the mission that they showed in the trailer once, where you're in like a hotel. If you two remember that one and stuff like that,
vaguely.
you like, yeah, it's that one when you're like sneaking around trying to find information of like what this the bellhop guy's doing and stuff like that. And you like sneaking, using gadgets and stuff like that. That does feel very Hitman. Someone that's not played Hitman, that's the thing. But then there is missions that are like just straightforward, like not walk forward, but like feel more like Uncharted, where it's like the mission after that, which I think was in the trailer, so that's why I'm also using that as well. So no spoilers. Like, this is more like hide behind cover, running gun, shoot the bad guys, maybe take them out with like gadgets or lethal things. That's quite fun. Like, I don't mind the stealthy bits thing. Obviously, I could see like maybe one of you getting frustrated. With the stealth, so I'm trying to do this and I keep getting spotted or something. I'm looking at you, Dave.
No, I'm really good at stealth games.
Yeah,
It's only badly made stealth games I'm not good at, Pengi.
Yeah, because you can't suddenly go gun blazing or something, because obviously you're in a hotel with all these guests, and that would, and then you'd obviously blow your cover as well. But that is like, obviously now I've finished Forza, I've finished Coffee Court Tokyo. Like I said, that's the handheld game. Yoshi, I'm kind of finished-ish on it. Like 007 First Light is like my main game at the moment. I'm off for like a week and stuff like that, so that is what my main focus of gaming is going to be. 007 First Light at the CSL, and then most probably Batman after that. That's all for me.
So how much have you spent this week, Pengi?
It was more than a week. It was like 2 weeks.
Okay, how much for the 2 weeks?
I don't know.
That's what you bought.
Just Forza alone, you think the controller and the expansion, that's well
That's
over
£100.
£100.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, the expansion was ages ago.
you
That
bought
was
Coffee
like,
Talk, you bought Lego, you bought First Light, and you bought Yoshi.
yeah,
It's
the
not far off
expansion,
£300, surely.
It
the
must be, at
expansion was
least.
ages ago. Like that was like 2 podcasts ago.
God.
Can't count that.
You're just single-handedly keeping the games industry going, aren't you, Pengi, at this point?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, we'll go on to me. I've not bought anything. So that's two
No.
of the three of us. Pengi's averaged it out for us. So yeah, as we said earlier, I couldn't get Forza Horizon 6 to work. I tried at 1 a.m. for about an hour, and then it was like, re-download 164 gigs, and it might work. And I was like, you know what? I don't need to do it that badly. So I'm just playing many other games that I own, Craigo, which is lots. So the main one I've been playing is Ghost of Tsushima. I played about 9.5 hours of it the other day, over a couple of days. And it's a funny one because it's got the PlayStation problem where the story's somewhat interesting. You can kind of already see where it's going. And then there's just a lot of, I don't know, like filler in these open world games. And I've started to run out of steam. Because I was like, oh yeah, the story missions, that's cool, that's fun, yeah, nice. Oh, Jin's an interesting character. And then I'm like, oh, do I really have to sit here and do like 8 side quests to get to the next story mission for it to make sense? And yeah, so I've kind of probably.
I feel like you've had this cycle of this game about 3 times on this podcast now.
So I've always got to the same point before this point. It's about 2 hours in. And I was like, let's push. I've got nothing else to play that I want to play. Let's push past, because I own it physically as well. So it's not even like I've got it on Plus. So I was like, well, let's push past and see. And the story did get more interesting. I was like, oh, nice, sick. This is actually this character's really interesting. And then the game does. Oh well, I know what we've just done for Act 1. Do it again for Act 2. You've got these 3 missions that are all massively miles apart, and in between you've got to do this, and this. And I was like, it's difficult. It's one of those things. Like I struggle with these types of games sometimes. Maybe once a year I get into a big game like this, and I just sit there and I play it until I'm done with it. And it's I don't know. It's difficult for me to sort of say if it's good or not, because the story's really interesting, but the combat is kind of samey. It's like, oh, here's a stance for each of the enemy types. Switch to the stance you want to beat the enemy type. So you'll fight a shield guy, or you switch to the one that you surpass shields. Oh, there's a pole guy. Make sure you switch to the pole guy attack. And I'm like, okay, because the stealth missions are actually the most interesting missions in the game. But they give you the skills for the stealth as you sort of go along. But yeah, it's one of those. It's on all the services and it's cheap to buy, I'm pretty sure. So like for like Craig that's played Yotai, I would be like, if you like Yotai enough to platinum it, you'd probably like this the same. And Jin's a really interesting character. The story's really interesting. It's a beautiful game, all that kind of stuff. But yeah. I do just struggle. I just really struggle with open world games sometimes. So that was that. And then I've just played a variety of Switch 2 games, boys. So I've played about 2 or 3 hours more of Super Mario Galaxy. I just jump on and do a level. I'm not far from the end of the game. I'm pretty sure I'm on the last world. So that will probably get done fairly soon. I've obviously played my standard 5 to 10 hours of Mario Kart World that I play every week. It's still my favourite Switch 2 game. I jumped back into Fantasy Life, Craigo. I've been playing that in bed. That's my handheld. Of the rest of these, I play on the TV. Fantasy Life has been my handheld. I've played about 3 or 4 hours this week. They've added a lot of content since we played it when the console came out. But it's great. It's a stunning game on the handheld. I will say it's a really, really good looking game. And I've been enjoying it. Just plodding along. I think I'm about 6 or 7 hours now into the story. But the main Switch 2 game I've been playing, and really has been the main focus of my time, certainly the last few days, has been Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I've had since it came out. I'm pretty sure there was stuff going on in my life at the time, and I wasn't really into anything. That was obviously about a year ago now. So I'm playing it at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. it's a Nintendo game, right? I'm trying to think where I am without spoiling the game. I've got about 80 bananas. I think I've just got the second power. If you boys know what that is, if you remember. Banana. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's one of those. Looks really good. It plays quite nicely. It's a Nintendo game, and sometimes if you're in the mood for them, they're great. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. But yeah, I think for this week it'll probably be mainly. I'm back to work finally after 6 weeks, so it will probably be mainly Switch stuff after work. I can't see me going back to Ghost of Tsushima. I just think the open world fatigue just has hit me at this point. So I don't know whether I'll keep the physical I've had for like 4 years or I'll just sell it. Fuck knows. But yeah, that's that really. But yeah, so the plan was to play Forza Horizon 6. So when that plan fell apart, it was kind of a what do I play in its stead kind of thing. But yeah, that is what I've been playing.
A different racing game, huh?
I don't really think there's any racing games I haven't played that I want to play. Well, Mario Kart World, right? What'd you say?
Screamer.
Yeah, but that's expensive. It's new, isn't it? I haven't got 300 quid I can spend on games every week, Pengi.
Okay.
I don't. I'm like, yeah. Screamer's a funny one because I don't know. I'd want you to play it really, and then you can be like, oh, it's more of an anime game or more of a racer.
Yeah.
It worries me that it might be a little bit Need for Speedy in the way it controls.
Yeah, that's what I got when I was looking at it. And I don't like the look of these drift mechanics and all that at all.
Well, the problem with racing games is that Forza controls so perfectly that if you try and play another game, like even something like Gran Turismo, doesn't control as well for me as Forza Motorsport, let alone Forza Horizon. So it's really difficult because I don't even mind some of the Need for Speed games, but they ain't anywhere close to the way that Playgrounds racing and Turn 10's racing games control, right? So, but there we go. Right, well, let's go on to the topic of the show. Tots. The Pengals fucking showcase shenanigans, I think I've called this at this point. So are we doing predictions, Pengi? What are we doing? What was your plan?
I don't know if Craig has brought us anything, because we normally...
No, there's too many shows that do bloody predictions and all that jazz for me to keep up.
Too many shows.
So
like I said in the news, we've currently had 8 already, and there's still 22 shows to go between now and the 14th of June. So a lot of shows still to come, and a bunch that haven't even been announced, which could be announced.
There we go. So let's keep this simple. Let's give some sort of rough predictions or hopes and dreams for State of Play, Summer Games Fest, and Xbox Game Showcase, shall we? Because I couldn't give 2 shakes of a shovel at Future Game Show, and I don't think anyone cares about PC Gaming Show unless they're going to announce some new drivers for my GPU. So, Craigo, State of Play on Tuesday. Seems like a big one. 70 minutes is what they've said. What are you expecting to see, and what would you like to see, Craigo?
Yeah, it does sound like a big one. There's a lot of hype for it, right? They're doing a live showing, right? They're getting people together, getting all the influencers are together.
Yeah, it's a cinema in Dubai. Chloe was telling me she saw an advert for it.
Putting them all in, so that makes you think it's going to be a big one, right? And their last show they did was good as well. I think that was the last show, right? The one that had the Konami section.
Yeah,
they haven't done one in between, have they? That was really good. So that does make me think that we could get another big one. In terms of what I want to see, Dave, I don't know. This is a show I feel like I'm going in. I want to be surprised. I don't keep up very much with the, right, PlayStation have got this team or this team done. They haven't had a game out in X amount of time, so they should be ready for a game. So I'm very much going into it thinking like, right, well, kind of surprise me, wow me a bit. I imagine there's going to be a lot of big third-party support at this show, right?
Yeah.
The PlayStation are always good at getting like big Capcom releases, big Square Enix releases, shown at their shows. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this, right? So I imagine there's going to be a lot of big stuff coming out there. Obviously, there's been a lot of the rumours of is it another God of War game, right? This one's going to be about Faye. That's the big rumor, right? That's going to be announced here. Which is odd because obviously we had the God of War stuff at the last show. It's got more of a lukewarm, let's say, reception, right? You had the
That's
remakes of
quite polite, I think.
the remakes announcements, and then the actual that 2D Metrovania game that came out, which didn't do too well. So maybe this is the bigger, better stuff coming here, which would be cool to see. Obviously, they've already announced that we're getting extended and look at Wolverine for the show, I believe, right?
And how it reads on the blog, it sounds like it's opening the show as well.
Yeah, so that would be cool. Be very exciting to see more of that. Intergalactic's a strange one. Do we think that's going to be here, boys?
No.
I think it will.
See, I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't. I really wouldn't be surprised if it isn't here at all. But it very well could be, because I do wonder if that game's further out than we think it is.
Oh, I think it's 2028 at least. Intergalactic.
Yeah, I would. If
Doesn't mean they wouldn't show it because the PlayStation, but I think it's 2028.
Yeah. If you had to tell me to bet money on the year, that's the year that I would say I think one. And then the other big one that I've heard a lot is the Final Fantasy VII remake Part 3, right?
Yeah.
Which there's a lot of talk about being here. Well, at one of the shows over the weekend. And
I think that's I'm feeling that's going to be an Xbox show.
No. I think I think it'd be multi-platform, but I don't think I think it'll either be at Sony or Nintendo.
Yeah, I think it's
feel like
going
it'd
to
be
be
Sony.
platform. There's one thing that's also putting me off it not being on Xbox, but I think it's going to be Xbox or Jeff's show for Final
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Jeff, it could be at SG. But again, as we say with this, it's not real E3, is it? So it could be at multiple shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
would also be excited to see like dates and more of what we kind of saw that last show, right? So
yeah.
Show us more Kana, give us a date, show us more Castlevania, show more Silent Hill, give us dates for that sort of thing, because they all looked very promising at that last showcase. Yeah, seeing extended looks of them would be really cool. And this is the first of the big ones? This is soon, right?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
This is Tuesday at 10 p.m.
Tuesday?
Yeah. 10
But yeah, it's Sunday today, boys. It's all kicking off soon.
Well, like I said, we've had 8 shows already.
But no one cares about that, Pengi. No one cares about that. This is the one people care about, isn't it?
Yeah.
What time did you say?
10 p.m. on Tuesday.
10 p.m. on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exciting.
It's going to be a late one again.
Yeah, well, Pengi say 70 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they said over 60, I think. So.
Yeah.
70 is the number I've been quoted whenever I've looked at it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I guess saying 70 minutes doesn't sound as good as over 60, does it?
An hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my kind of ramblings on that show, Davey. How do you feel about it?
Kind of the same issue. I think we're going to get the obvious. We're going to get Wolverine. We're going to get Onimusha. We're going to get some marathon content updates, that kind of stuff. It's the pie in the sky stuff that interests me the most. I don't know, because it's such a long time. I remember reading a rumor about 3 or 4 months ago that tech YouTubers have been flown out to Japan for something PlayStation, and we never found out what that was for. So I don't know. There's a little bit of me this could there be a teaser for something hardware-y? Don't think PS6. I don't know if there's something else, like a better Portal or something. I don't know. Like there was an OLED Portal rumored for a while. That died down, right? It's not that different a cost in parts. There's no real RAM or anything inside the Portal, so that could be something. So who knows? But yeah, again, for me, as I say whenever we talk about PlayStation, I just want them to show more games coming out, because they don't make enough of their own games anymore, and it tires me whenever I watch this show and think, oh great, 7 horror games, oh wonderful, 15 roguelites. Let's get some variety back. Let's get something strange, something interesting. But yeah, 70 minutes is a long time, so I'm sure Wolverine will be the highlight for most people. I think Onimusha and possibly Final Fantasy, if they were to happen, would be the ones I'm the most excited for. But I think this will be a good show. Like you said, there's a lot of stuff going around. It'll be a good show.
Do we think we see? What was that other live service game that's?
Break-In.
They've changed the name. Yeah, what was it originally called?
Fair Games.
Fair Games.
Fair Games. Do you reckon we see that here?
Yeah, I think it'll be.
Yes.
I think if there wasn't a if there wasn't a marathon season happening on the same day, I feel like it would be a beta shadow drop. But I could see it being in beta like 2 weeks later or something. I think if they're gonna rename it, they need to relaunch it with some gameplay, and people need to try it. I think. Because you've got to remember, there's Hunter's Gatherer as well, which I know is in beta, the Horizon one. You've got Loop, which we were joking about that.
I forgot that game fucking was announced. God, that looked awful.
Right, so there's all these games and live service things they've announced that will be coming up this year, right? So in terms of actual
What's the
video
one you were
games...
going on about in the chat earlier, Pengi?
Loop, yeah.
Foreskin?
By the J.J. Abrams studio, right?
Yeah,
so
that's it.
That'll be...
the one that they've shown before and looks like the most generic thing that's ever existed.
Yeah, makes Outriders look like fucking Banjo-Kazooie.
I forgot that.
But,
that's a deep pull
That's a deep pull. We played a lot of that, me and you. It didn't work the whole time. But, I feel like if they're going to balance it out, they can't just be like, here's 6 live service games. Like, they need to... The only game they've got coming out this year is Wolverine that we know about. So... hopefully there'll be something else to interest the PlayStation. Again, like if they're doing a big push, they're not going on PC anymore, then you'd think there'll be more exclusives, right? That would be my logic. But yeah, I just don't want to see anything Last of Us, Craig. I will crash out if I see Last of Us in any shape or form.
What if they showed Last of Us Part 3? It's a new game.
Would any of you want to play that?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, that'd be more interesting than Part 2 or 1 again. So I guess. But they won't do Last of Us Part 3. Because they're making Intergalactic.
Are they going to talk about the TV show here?
No, fuck no. No one wants to know about that.
Hope.
Not even Pengi can defend the TV show.
Season 3 will be better.
God.
Can't be much worse.
No, it can't.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Pengi? Anything you to add to what we reckon?
Yeah, so this is actually the one I'm most excited for, and it's not because it's PlayStation. It's because
No, it is because you're allowed to be excited for PlayStation, Pengi. You like PlayStation.
Yeah, it's what I think we know that I didn't say the least to know about. Like Summer Game Fest could be anything because it's not a platform holder. You know, an Xbox show it's gonna have Xbox games. Nintendo game show you're gonna have Nintendo. Like Summer Game Fest could have absolutely anything. So that has got technically more surprises, but also what can Jeff get? It could be a bunch of mobile games for 2 hours. Again. So that's what the state of play I think is slightly more exciting because it's gonna have PlayStation stuff in there. I think there's gonna be a lot of PlayStation stuff, Dave. But I think the problem is it's gonna be on the live service side.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get Wolverine, we're gonna get Full Loop, we're gonna get Break In, we're gonna get Marathon, we're gonna get Kena 2. We're going to get God of War. I think God of War will end the show. And, they get the people out in the white background and stuff. Like, we had Paul Heyman once, remember? I think Deborah Ann Wall and Corey are going to be there, together. And, at the end, explaining, God of War, whatever they're going to call it. I think that ends the show. I think you have, Intergalactic, I think, is going to be in the middle of the show. I think they're going to somehow, have the 3 big games and just have stuff in between, in between them. So you have your live service section, and then you have your here's the Onimusha and Silent Hill section. Now, if they do, this is the thing, do they do a mini showcase within the showcase? Obviously last time we had a Konami. Do we suddenly have 4 Capcom things in a row?
I think you could get 2 Capcom things. Well, I think you could get 3 Capcom things in a row. I think you could get Requiem DLC. I think you'll get Onimusha, and I think you could get Code Veronica Remaster. Yeah. If you were going to throw a 4th in, it would be another Mega Man trailer or Monster Hunter Wilds DLC.
Yeah.
So I think you will see I think you will definitely see Capcom. Guaranteed. Yeah. They're too successful. They've made so much money. They're constant, aren't they, Capcom? I don't think there'll be anything that surprising though. I think a Code Veronica remake would be the one new game that we don't know about officially. That would be it. But I can't see them. I mean, they're not going to be like, here's Dino Crisis. I don't think that's going to happen. I know you pop hard for it.
Yeah, I would pop hard.
I'd probably play Dino Crisis. That's the funny thing because it's not zombies, is it? It's just dinosaurs. So
dinosaurs.
It ain't scary.
It's not scary.
Exactly.
So I don't know about. I think. That's hardware. The Flex Strike still needs a date. So forget the Flex Strike. And obviously
Oh god, they're going to show
Marvel Token
game as well.
Yeah, Marvel Tokens.
I forgot about that.
Are you worried about that yet, Pengi? Because
What?
Because 2XKO died a death,
Yeah.
and that's
No, don't worry.
and Marvel's not going to be free.
No, but it's got the Marvel IP.
Yeah, I do wonder.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's going to be a lot of PlayStation games here. It's just a
Nothing
lot
that
of
we
them is
want.
going to be licensed. Hunter's Gathering's going to be here.
God.
Is that just going to be an anime as well? Again, that Marvel.
No, it actually does have there was a lost in translation, and it sounded like it was just going to be an 8-hour anime again. But then they did it in English, and it's going to have fights after like every sort of.
It's going to be Mortal Kombat, right?
Chapter, yeah,
Which is what Mortal Kombat does. God.
Yeah, so it's going to that, and obviously the Flex Strike.
Obviously the Flex Strike.
Getting out. So yeah,
I can't wait for your Flex Strike video. That's going to be my favourite video. That's going to win. That's going to win our video of the year.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to buy.
Of course, Penkils. Don't pretend for a minute that you're not going to buy a fucking Flex Strike.
You're going to buy a Flex Strike. You're going to buy Marvel Choky. You're going to pretend that you're like the fighting guy. You've always been the fighting guy, Dave. He never stops playing the fighting games. And you play about 5 hours of that game. You'll get your credits, and then that'll be done.
Yeah, that'll be done.
And then we'll be like, Pengi, why did you do it? Why did you buy all that stuff? You're like, I can't help myself, can I? I can't help it.
PlayStation, Craigo.
No, I think you're 100% right. Apart from the Flex Strike, I will buy Marvel Token. I will do the story for about 8 hours, whatever it was. Maybe mop up some more trophies, like play 10 games of multiplayer or something trophy, and then that will be done. That will be me done.
God.
But that is PlayStation.
So let's go on to Summer Games Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like you said, it's a difficult one to predict. So, Craigo, what do you predict?
It is, isn't it? This is the most like I'm confident that the PlayStation show is going to be good. I reckon the Xbox show will be good. The Summer Games Fest could be anywhere from the good Summer Games Fest have been like 9 out of 10 shows, let's say. But it could also be I've sat here before and gave it. Didn't I give one the 0.5 out of 5 or something like that? I went on a massive
that might that was that Summer Game Fest, or was that?
It might have been a Game Awards, but like these kiddie shows could literally be the worst 2 hours of your existence, or like actually good and fun and enjoyable and lots of fun stuff shown. It is a flip of a coin, isn't it? It's going to be long. There's going to be large sections of the show where we're going to lose interest, and we're probably going to be sat here on our phones, bloody scrolling through whatever bloody social media we happen to be on at the time. But there could be some good stuff. I have absolutely no idea what could be shown here, though, boys. I have not paid any attention to the roomy mill of it all. Like I said, this whole thing has crept up on me, boys. I didn't realise this was all kicking off on Tuesday.
10 p.m. on Friday. This show.
Yeah. So this is 10 p.m. on Friday. Christ. But yeah, Jeff shows could be anything.
9 p.m. if you include the fucking pre-show.
Sat here whenever we do our next podcast, and I could be screaming and ranting on how much of a waste of time the whole thing was, or it could actually be somewhat good and coherent as a show.
I feel like you'd be screaming. I think that's more likely.
Yeah. What about you, Dave? You looking forward to this?
So I have a very similar relationship with the Keeleys as you do. Sometimes they really surprise when we see like The Witcher 4, and we're like, oh, they go, oh, the Kami's coming back. You're like, oh, fucking sick. It's another Capcom game that we could see, by the way. But then other times I'm like, oh, wicked. I don't particularly like Jeff as well. So that's always the thing that holds me back a bit, because he's very anti-Xbox. Like, I don't like him. I don't like him at all. But yeah, I don't know. I reckon we'll see more Chinese mobile games than anything else. I think we're due. The last Game Awards were really good, right? So we are due a bad one. And I don't really think, unless you're about to correct me, Pengi, I've not really heard any massive rumours other than a potential Persona trailer.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've not really heard anything for like what could be at Jeff's show, for instance, which either is quite worrying there is nothing, or people are like really good at keeping.
Usually he's bigging it up, right? Usually he's like, oh, well, there's so much to come, and like I've heard nothing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and then like a day before he has to put a tweet out, like kind of calming it all down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, oh, okay, this is roughly what we're going to show, guys. Like, don't get carried away here. Like after we spend, like you say, months like saying it's going to be the best thing ever.
Yeah, which he hasn't done, and like the innate the hates and stuff have not gone. So and so is going to be at Sushi Game, Summer Game Fest or anything. None of that. So
Yeah, like I just assumed I missed it all, but it doesn't sound like there really has been a lot of leaks or whatever this year.
No.
No, not really.
most of the
Any of
leaks
the
have been
shows.
about what's going to be at PlayStation, a game from Ubisoft, and obviously uh, Persona, which I think is going to be at Xbox. So,
Yeah, Sega tend to do that, right? So let's move on to
Yeah.
Xbox. Craig Warren, who is back on the Xbox train, which makes me happy because you went about 40 to 60 days without logging into your Xbox, and every time I
I
turned
think
mine
it's
on,
60 something days.
yeah,
you say.
I turned it on and it made me sad in my heart, and it's my fault because I gave you the PlayStation. So I'm sorry, Craig. But Xbox.
Did it do the thing where you know, like if someone hasn't logged in so long, it doesn't even say anymore. It just says they're offline. Is
No,
that still a thing?
on Xbox it's like you have to be offline for like 2 or 3 years, or you need to be online and have like blocked someone. Like I've got someone on there that's been offline for 800 days,
Nice.
and I've got someone that has been offline for more than that, and they're not on there. So, but yeah, thankfully you're back, so that makes me happy, because it keeps me up at night.
Good. Good. Um, to the actual show itself, I do think it would be a good one. They have done like pretty consistently good shows on for Xbox and the Summers ones for the past. I want to say what 4 years now, maybe,
Yeah,
maybe even 5. They've been very good, very consistent with the summer like blowout shows. Um, I think we will see. The prediction, like you know, the easy prediction. I think they'll announce another one of these, at least another one of these like Xbox presents shows of something like they did the one with Metro, right? And they did the one with Stranger Than Heaven. I could see another one of them being announced during this show. And they're like, "Oh, come back in a month's time, and we've got Xbox presents with what you know
Persona 6.
X game." Yeah, yeah. With X game, they're going to work about. I could definitely see that happening. I think we will see. You know, there's stuff they've already said we're going to see. At least we're going to see Gears. I'm very looking forward to that because we have seen nothing, and that excites me.
Hmm.
Going from seeing nothing to having a big extended look at a game, that's exciting, right?
Yeah, I think it
And
is.
I think they've been cooking this for quite a while, and that one thing they did show, that CGI trailer, was hype, right? That got the blood flowing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I think we will see what's the Wasteland team's new game called? Clockwork Revolution. I could definitely see that being shown because they've shown lots of that in the past, and that was on their like coming soon to Game Pass. I don't think it's gonna be coming soon to like this year, but I could definitely see that being shown and then being like, oh, that's a 2027 game, and then that could set that up to be at the developer underscore directly. Shenanigans, right? Minecraft Dungeons 2, I think they've already announced, but we've not really seen, so I can see that being there. Me and Dave enjoyed the first one that we played of that, right, Davey?
Yeah, we played quite a fair old bit of it.
Yeah, I think we pretty much finished the base game, right?
Yeah.
I know they added shit tons
No,
afterwards.
they did. That's what they do.
But that game was probably better than it had any right to be, in all honesty. So I
Mhm.
can see that being shown and looking good again. Plague Tale, I think, will be there. All the Game Pass staples that we know about, I think, pretty safe to say they'll be there, right? Obviously Halo will be there as well. I think did they confirm that Fable's gonna be there? But obviously
Yeah.
the date, so yeah, we're gonna see more Fable. In terms of like more out there stuff, I do feel like we could see like something like a Blade, because that was announced quite a while ago now from Arcane, right?
Yeah.
I can see that like opening or closing the show, because that would be a big release for them. And I do feel like we could see what Toys for Bob have been working on as well, which the kind of the leaks in that and the theories in that is Spyro 4 or the next Spyro game, right?
Yes.
I know Toys for Bob are independent now, but obviously they're working with Xbox, aren't they? That's the whole deal, supposedly.
Yeah.
And Spyro's now a Activision property, right? So
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are like some of the big out there ones. I could see stuff like State of Decay not being there again. I could see that almost just not being there, and that wait is till like the developer underscore direct next year. That would be a prediction that I would like kind of make now. I did. We'll get all the staple like of their live service games, right? We'll get the Grounded show. We'll get the Fallout 76 show. We'll get Sea of Thieves. Is always at these things. There's always new Sea of Thieves content. All those like ongoing, very successful live service games that they kind of have. We'll get little updates and shenanigans for them. I think that'll be the show, boys, and I think it'd be pretty good. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Hell yes.
What about you, Davey?
Yeah, kind of the same. I think we'll get the stuff they've told us. Obviously, we'll see. We'll see Gears, which I'm really excited for. Like you said, the fact that that was the game that they're going to showcase really excites me. So I'm like, oh, we've seen nothing, and it looks like the trailer was a return to the Gears that I know we love, and we play all the Gears games anyway, right? So I think you'll get your normal, you get the ones that we know about. You'll get your Halo. You'll get probably probably a bit too early for Forza Horizon DLC, but you'll get that kind of stuff. If there's anything going on with motorsport, you'll see it here. Something weird from Double Fine, because I think Kiln's obviously done now, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see something from Double Fine. Obviously, if I'm going to quarterback it, a Conquer game would be the dream, but you never know. And I think you will see something from Rare as well. Just because, right, they need to be doing something. But yeah, it's a really difficult show to predict because we know so much of it that the stuff that we don't know is either going to be really exciting or really underwhelming. Third party wise, I think we will see a Final Fantasy trailer, but I think that trailer would have been shown at least once before it. But they'll want to let Xbox players know that, yep, you can play the third game day and date, which is cool. I don't really know what else. I think because one of those things in years gone by, you list off say like Japanese developers that don't put games on Xbox, but we're at the point where just about everything does come out on Xbox now, from your Square Enix and Sega and places like that. Places something like Nihon Falcon aren't really that type of studio. That would be a TGS Xbox show, I think. But yeah, I think it could be exciting. I don't think you're going to get any hardware. The only hardware you could possibly get would be the very much leaked controllers, so the cloud controller and the Series 3 Elite controller. I mean, it's been so heavily leaked that at some point they will have to announce it. They could do here because people know about it. But yeah, and obviously we'll see all the games in the underscore direct. We'll see the Beast of Reincarnation. We'll see all that kind of stuff that got announced then, right? So probably another Metro trailer. Probably that same Onimusha trailer that we've seen 4 times already. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. I think this is the first real Asher Sharma, Matt Booty event, right? So you would hope that this is a sort of a sign of things to come from them. So looking forward to it. But Pengi, anything to add to the Xbox
Yeah, the
conversation?
Xbox show is, like you said, it's a bit of an odd one. It's like the complete opposite to some Game Fest. Like some Game Fest, you've not got Scooby Doo, what's going to be there. Like you could predict Monster Hunter expansion or whatever. Like Xbox One, I feel could be like the best show, but also the one we know the most about. Like Clockwork Revolution will be there, Fable will be there. They'll do the Game Pass section with, play the new Playtale, Beast of Reincarnation, the Metro game supposed to be this year. I think they're gonna do a bit like the State of Play where we had the Konami thing. I think we're gonna have like a Sega section where I have Persona 4 Revival shown, we have Persona 6 shown, especially after the slight leaks. They'll show Crazy Taxi that's been teased, Stranger of Heaven that appears. So I can see like a big like Sega like section in here. That like Craig said, we'll have like all the updates. Like, is a new Elder Scrolls Online expansion coming? That sort of thing. So it's like the Xbox was weird because I think that's gonna will come out of it. It's like the one I have the most games I want to play for, but it's like the one that's like, oh, what was like the new exciting like news and stuff. Like we all knew God of War especially going to be at the State of Play, or it's rumored, but it's like we don't actually know it. It's a real thing. Where we do obviously Clockwork Revolution is thing. So it's a bit of a weird one, but maybe that's a good thing that it's safe sort of predictable, and it's like, oh yeah, we've got a great lineup of games. This is why I'm keeping my Game Pass subscription, etc. Because you've got Clockwork this month, Fable this month, Gears this month, Halo this month, Beast of Reincarnation, etc. And sort of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then obviously there's ones that haven't got phone, but obviously Nintendo's the big one, Dave, that haven't announced anything. And the Switch 2 is 1 year old on the 5th of June as well.
Yeah, Nintendo.
And they did have a show last year, but it was the Donkey Kong that came out. It was after, obviously they had the direct before the Switch 2 came out, like in, I don't know, when was it? Been like March, wasn't it, or something. Then they had the Donkey Kong one in June. So they're obviously the big one that have not announced anything yet.
Yeah, they're a funny one, Nintendo, because obviously they've kind of just been announcing games. There's been, oh, by the way, there's a Star Fox coming next month. Oh, by the way, Splatoon Raiders is coming. So like, I think they will possibly do a show, but I don't think they have to do one in June. I think they could wait until July if they've got something, because we know up to Splatoon Raiders, right? We don't know anything after that. There's nothing coming out in August, September.
No, nothing off the top of my head in August.
So you think their deadline is probably the start of July, right? There'll be a show between now and the start of July, or there'll be more announcements for their games. But yeah, I mean, we're probably right. They announced the Star Fox one with 10 minutes to spare, Pengi, didn't they? So
I kind of expecting like 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the Friday, the first anniversary of the Switch 2, we got a Nintendo Direct coming out nowhere. Or maybe the day before on the Thursday or something, because obviously time zones and stuff. Maybe it's the 5th in Japan.
Don't they typically go last as well? Like, don't they
they normally
almost
go
like
last.
a couple of weeks after like the big ones. They have their own, right?
Yeah. I reckon the week after you'll probably get, like maybe on the Thursday or Friday, you'll get one, and the main game will be Fire Emblem.
Not Zelda.
I mean, if the Zelda thing is difficult, right? Because everyone always wants Zelda remasters and remakes, so it gets predicted, quote unquote, and leaked for years. Like, how many years have we had Switch, Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker stuff leaked, quote unquote? Obviously, there's no smoke without fire, but I equally think they could do a Zelda Direct about the movie and then go, oh, but Ocarina of Time game's coming. Like, they are the only company, other than perhaps Rockstar, that if they just went, oh, by the way, we've got something coming tomorrow, like it won't ruin the news cycle for them. It will still be big news because Nintendo are Nintendo. You know what I mean? If Nintendo say tomorrow that, hey, we're doing a Zelda thing, every other gaming news thing stops because they need to know the Zelda thing, right? So yeah, it'd be interesting. I think they will show something over the next couple of weeks. I think they have to date Fire Emblem. If there is going to be anything Zelda related that isn't to do with the movie, they're going to have to do that as well. And then I would be surprised if there isn't at least 1 or 2 other games, because they generally speaking have a game a month, and they've had that cadence now for years. So obviously we've got Rhythm Heaven, we've got Splatoon, we've got Star Fox that we know about. So there has to be, Fire Emblem will be one of those months, one of those 5 months that don't have a game. So realistically, they've got to have 3 to 4 more other games of various sizes. They don't necessarily have to be Zelda remakes. They could be download. They could be Box Boy or something, right? But I think we will see something from Nintendo. Again, all I want from them is games. I'm happy with the Switch 2. They've been the only company that's been, 1, fairly upfront about their price change, and 2, not done it tomorrow. They're like, you've got 4 months to buy the console, then it's going up by $50, not $300, Valve, in 2 days' time. So I think, all I want from Nintendo is just some more games. But Craig, you've been quite into Nintendo in the year now since the Switch 2's been out. I'm sure we'll do a year retrospective Switch 2 episode after all of this stuff has gone. But is there anything you would really like to see if Nintendo do a show next week?
More Fire Emblem, definitely. That would be cool. And so a date. So I have that in fantasy, so that'd be cool. But also, that'd be a big release for them this year. And then if they did, you said they do tend to have that cadence. For me, I almost want to see more like the weird stuff, the the like the Kirby Air Riders of the world, the stuff which maybe I don't even end up buying, but it's something different as opposed to the kind of more. This is the Switch 2 version of this game, which always has a version on every one of their consoles, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because that
There's a
kind of
few of them rumors, but obviously, if
yeah.
you've not played them on your Switch One, like Mario Wonder, I guess it is kind of exciting for you, but not exciting for like me or Dave if we have played them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Craig just
some
wants
more
F-Zero. That's what Craig wants.
Yeah.
some more
Mario Kart DLC. That's what I meant to say.
Switch 2. Oh god, I don't know what's happening with that though.
Give it to me.
Yeah, that feels like that should have come out a long time ago, doesn't it? Added to that game, but yeah, I like show me more of the weird stuff, as opposed to just the more traditional Nintendo games. That'd be interesting for me.
Yeah. I think they've been pretty good with that. I mean, I think Splatoon Raiders is not obviously a standard Splatoon game, and obviously you played the one game you just said, Kirby. You haven't played it, Kirby Air Riders and stuff. I think that now that they don't have a handheld and a home console team, they seem to be pretty good at just being like, oh, here's the Nintendo World Championship game. Like that came out last year, right, Pengi? I think.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, be interesting. Anything for you, Pengi, that you're like you would like to see or you think you will see?
Just give me a date for my bloody Fire Emblem game.
I think you will. I think you'll get.
And I think the art book is leaked as well. The
Yeah.
art book from the collector's edition, so it's got to be coming soon.
Oh,
So-
a coloured controller for Fire Emblem would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be
Also,
nice.
I guess the only other game. Where's my Dust Bloods?
Oh, I forgot about that. I mean, Elden Ring they'll have to announce a date for, right? I keep forgetting that's been promised.
Yeah.
And they have repeatedly said Dustbloods is 2026.
Yeah,
so.
that's another Nintendo game for one a month. Don't forget
Exactly.
Nintendo are publishing that.
So there you go. So so it's 2 games we know about. So there's still 3 games to go.
Yeah.
Let's just imagine if Craig gets F-Zero. Imagine 120 frames a second.
Yeah.
You could die all the more clearer. Nice. Alright.
Yes.
So yeah, obviously we'll have lots of other shows, as Pengi said. I'm not interested in talking about most of my. Capcom's never ever done a good show, so we're not even going to bother talking about it. Let's be completely honest. They've never done a good show. Devolver will do a weird show. They always do.
Yeah, they've not announced anything, and Ubisoft did have one last year, but it seems like they're going to be at PlayStation based on.
They
so.
are hoping Black Flag does the numbers that it hopefully will. I think at this point. But yeah. All right, boys. Well, that's the episode. We've gone fairly long. Obviously, we will be back next week to talk about all these shows and what actually happened. Pengels probably wouldn't have spent 500 quid by that point. But you never know, Craigo.
No.
So please put in the comments what you're
Chris
expecting.
League's expenditure is a fool's game, isn't it?
I sometimes look at my bank account and I think, what would Pengels do in this situation? And I don't have an answer. I think you'd probably have to start selling blood and semen, and that'd be what Chris would do. Not together though, Pengi, because that doesn't work. Got to put separate pots. But yeah, put in the comments what you think is going to happen, what you would like to happen, what you're excited for, and we will be back next week.
Bye.